Mr. Dubois, the floor is yours. We salute you. How did you manage it on Saturday night in Miami?
Well, I said by any means necessary before the fight, and we done that. We took the belt home. I said we're taking that belt on the plane, and my dad, my sister, they made a lot of noise out there, and the team was, it was powerful, and I loved every moment of it.
You've got the belt there, have you? Oh, Frank, there it is. Frank, give me that and I'll hold it up. Or Frank, if you want to hold it up to the camera just behind Simon there. There is, Daniel's got it. There is the proof. There is the proof. A fantastic effort. And Daniel won the WBA regular heavyweight title in Miami. Simon, you remember when you and I went to see this fella fight Joe Joyce? Indeed. Sorry to bring this up, but Mr. Joyce won that night. Yep. But Daniel's entourage and family were very noisy customers. They got right behind him that night. And again, as he says, absolutely. Saturday night in Miami was just the same.
That's great, but he's the one that's got to go in the ring and fight, and ultimately to go and do what he did to Trevor Bryan, who's not been beaten. He's fought decent fighters. I mean, BG Flores was a cruiserweight, but notwithstanding that, still a decent fighter. Staverner's a good fighter that's been around. So he's gone in there and done his job, and knocking someone out in 4 rounds at that level, it's great, right, Frank?
Fabulous.
Makes it easy for you to sell him.
It was great, and what I was pleased was the way he went about it. I mean, he never lost a round. He dominated it from the start. Superb jab, right hands, but done him with a left hook at the end. Just
came out of nowhere, that one. I didn't even know. He never saw it for sure.
Yeah.
And,
felt it though.
And when people get knocked out and they go face down, they're knocked out.
Yeah.
That was it. That was
he ain't coming back. Listen, Frank, it was a Don King promotion, and it looked somewhat dodgy. I mean, the venue was very unpopulated. It didn't look like the razzmatazz that we know, which probably made the job a lot more difficult for Daniel to get motivated.
Well, I agree with that. It was like looking at a show that had been, with COVID, like a COVID restriction something. Yeah. Look, he paid a lot of money for it. He outbid us for the fight. I think he bid $3.5 million for the fight. So it's up to him then to promote it and make it work. I spoke to him and I said, why don't we just do the fight in the UK? We'll split it, try to reach some compromise. Because here I know we'll do minimum 15,000 people. It would have been a tremendous event, but he was determined to do it. He called it for freedom and peace. Mm-hmm. He labelled it, and obviously, he got behind Ukraine, but then he was talking about the Ukraine, Nelson Mandela, everything else, and unfortunately, he was talking about everything except for the fight, and that was what was there to be promoted.
I mean, King beat your purse offer by more than about $600,000, didn't he?
Yeah.
And was happy to do so.
He's happy. I don't know if he's happy now because his man got beat. It was obviously important for him to feel that he had home advantage. Yeah. But I was very confident. I had no problem. I said to Daniel all along, and he had to show some patience because this fight kept getting delayed and delayed. Yeah. And I said, just wait. I said, this guy's made for you. And it will all work out for you, and that's exactly how it turned out.
Well, he's back in familiar territory now. Put aside the Joe Joyce situation, because probably learnt more from than that actually than initially one would think. But he's back in the territory of knocking people out early in fights now, isn't he? That's what he does. That's what. I mean, I remember looking at him, watching him, reading Jeff Powell's reviews of him, talking about this is the kid that's coming now. Forget Anthony Joshua, forget Tyson Fury. This is the kid that's coming through. And so you're now back into the territory of his last 2 or 3 fights have gone 7 rounds, haven't they? Well, does that hurt him or help him with this getting people out fast?
Look, when you're a big puncher, you're letting your bombs go. What are you going to do? You're not going to hold them up. And you don't get paid overtime in this business. If you clip them, they go, and that's it. And he's a phenomenal puncher. And a lot of people, most of the people he's fought, they felt that power, and it takes the fight out of them. Joe was a tough guy. He was in front until the fight got stopped on 2 of the judges' card. Yeah. But you know what? He had a terrible injury, and he done the right thing. And had he not done that, his career would have been over. He'd have been blind in one eye. I mean, that is the bottom line.
Daniel, as Frank says, I mean, Simon and I were there that night, and your eye was in a hell of a state after you lost to Joyce, but now you've come back, and you've come back spectacularly. Yeah. So this journey you're now on, financially it's a good one, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're $1 million richer. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
But tell me about the journey, because do you feel now you're about to achieve something special in this sport?
Yeah, this was, I heard a lot of people saying that, even though it was to me, it was a foregone conclusion that I was going to win the fight. That fight was very big, and that has just set up a whole load of other matches down the line that are going to happen.
Do you feel this morning that you've joined an elite group, in that you are now a boxing millionaire?
I am. This is what we're in this sport for, and my dad and everyone that has been behind me from the beginning. This is what I've been pushing for, and now it's ahead of me, and these big challenges, they're going to come.
He's got his feet under the table now. You know, that belt is very, very important. WBA heavyweight belt is important. If you become a unified champion, you become their elite champion, and you have a mandatory every 18 months. So the guys sitting in the 1 spot, the 2 spot, and so forth, they don't get a look in. So now he's got the elite champion, the winner of Joshua and Usyk have got to fight him.
So that's a certain. You can say this morning with total certainty, Frank.
The next time
whoever wins between Joshua and Usyk,
when the WBA, they're going to call for mandatory defences of those titles. WBA call for the mandatory, and the winner will have to fight him for the WBA. If the WBO call for the mandatory, then they're going to have to fight Joe Joyce. So we've worked very hard to get our guys in some really, really good positions.
Right.
But that's where they are now. They're at the top table.
What's your particular choice in amongst all that? I mean, presumably, Daniel, you would tell Simon and myself and everybody listening all around the country this morning, you're ready for the winner of Joshua Usyk, or are you?
Oh yeah, line them up. And, you know, really, it's just like, you know, line them up. I'm waiting for this moment, and you know, I prefer it to be Joshua, but you know, whoever it is, this is the big league, and you know, I want to get a few more fights under my belt with that belt, defend it a few times, and you know, really just make my mark and leave a legacy as a champion.
It's remarkable, Simon. I mean, this could be Richard Rapport speaking yesterday.
Sure.
He spoke with such certainty and confidence. You better believe myself. Daniel's the same.
Well, of course, because if he doesn't believe in himself, who's going to believe in him? And it's not about money; it's about the achievements. The money will come with the achievements.
Money's not bad, Daniel. Money's not bad.
Yeah, but the money will come.
Listen, let me tell you something. He ain't done bad with money up to yet.
Well, that's the point. But the point is, the money will come.
The big money, you know, big money come. But he's 24 years of age, so all the other guys are in their 30s. All of them.
Yeah,
they're all in their 30s. So he's the young guy there, and he's got time on his side. But I want to get him out again in September. I want him to fight twice this year, September, December.
And that's what I was going to ask you, because I was looking at it thinking Ruiz, Hunter, Wallen, those sort of fights.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you the one I really do fancy him, and he's got a bone to pick with him, especially after the comments he made after the Joshua fight, is Dillian.
Yeah. Domestic fight?
Really?
Big domestic.
Yeah,
that's a yardstick.
That's
a yardstick. Yeah.
So Dubois against White, and that you'd be working on that, would you?
We offered Derek Chisora the fight, was it last year? He didn't want to know. So, yeah, absolutely. Do that in a heartbeat.
Chisora still owes Simon £100, and he doesn't want to know.
No chance of paying it.
Of course, he doesn't want to know.
No. That's gone, Frank. That's gone. Yeah. That's the kind of game
we're
really? But those are the levels we're at, Daniel. You're earning millions. He's after 100.
Send him round it. Go and get it for you.
He owes me money too.
That would be.
Doesn't he? There you go.
That'd be a phenomenal fight, Dillian White.
Do you dislike Dillian White? Is there a bit of needle between the two of you?
This is all business. No, you know, there's no disrespect to anyone, but I'm coming to clean up and take out whoever's in my way.
Was it about Dillian being disparaging about the Joyce fight?
Yeah.
Well, there will be dislike there then, because that's professional courtesy between fighters, and they won't like that.
And what you have to say,
I get the point.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.